We're talking about Maryland Governor Wes Moore, a black man in a black majority state with national praise and political capital, who just vetoed a bill that could have advanced a historic conversation on reparations. But this episode isn't about feeling, it's about outcomes. What does this veto mean for black wealth, for political accountability, for the future of economic repair in our communities? Let's get into it.
Looking for real talk on black wealth, power, and progress? Tune into The Black Economy with Damon K. Jones, only on Black Westchester magazine, where truth meets strategy and black dollars make sense.
Welcome back to The Black Economy, where we break down the policies, power moves, and political decisions shaping black wealth in America. Today, we're not pulling punches. We're talking about Maryland Governor Wes Moore, a black man in a black majority state with national praise and political capital, who just vetoed a bill that could have advanced a historic conversation on reparations. But this episode isn't about feeling, it's about outcomes. What does this veto mean for black wealth, for political accountability, for the future of economic repair in our communities? Let's get into it. Here are the facts. The Maryland legislature passed a bill to establish a reparations study commission. Not a payout, not a check, just a commission to research the economic impact of slavery and systemic racism in Maryland and to explore policy responses. Governor Wes Moore vetoed it. His reason? He said, "We've already studied this enough. Now it's time to focus on actionable solutions, such as closing the wealth gap and expanding educational access." But here's the problem with that logic. You cannot fix economic disparities if you refuse to confront the financial crimes that caused them. Let's break this down economically. Black Americans were excluded from wealth-building programs for over a century, denied land, business loans, housing, education, and access to capital. In Maryland, enslaved labor built wealth for private families and the state. That theft was never repaid. Instead, it was passed on. Reparation, or at least a formal study of them, is about calculating how that stolen labor and land still impact black families today. If you care about wealth gaps, then you care about the reasons those gaps exist. And Moore's veto tells us that even under black leadership, the truth is still too uncomfortable to address, politically or economically. This isn't just a Maryland issue. This is a pattern in black politics. Black politicians get elected promising justice, equity, and opportunity. But once in office, many govern to avoid a conflict rather than confront root causes. Why? Because the political system rewards management rather than transformation. The donor class supports access, not accountability. So what do we see? Cities with black leadership and black poverty are still rising. Neighborhoods with black mayors where economic opportunity is still absent. Schools still failing. Homeownership is still declining. Black businesses are still struggling to access capital. And in Maryland, where Governor Moore had a real opportunity to lead, he chose the status quo. Let's talk consequences. Every time a bill like this is vetoed, Black America loses economic ground. Not because reparations were denied, but because the fight is dismissed as unserious. Let's talk about consequences. Not just political, but economic and cultural. Governor Wes Moore's veto didn't just stop a commission. It handed ammunition to every critic of reparations, especially the ones who never believed in it to begin with. Now, redneck blacks who parrot right-wing talking points and hillbilly white looking for an excuse to dismiss black demands will both say the same thing. Even your own governor, black man, doesn't support reparations. So why should we? That's not just political theater. That's policy damage. Moore's veto becomes a talking point for those who say reparations are unrealistic, undeserved, or dead on arrival. And now they get to use a black man's signature to validate their ignorance. Let's be clear. Wes Moore didn't just veto a bill. He betrayed the struggle that got him there. He stands on the shoulders of people who marched, bled, and died so a black man could occupy a governor's mansion. And yet, when given the chance to confront the economic legacy of that same struggle, he bowed out. Not to white conservatives, but to political caution. That's not leadership. That's fear wearing a tailored suit. And for Black families in Maryland, still locked out of generational wealth, education, and land, the betrayal is real, measurable, and costly. Meanwhile, the real costs remain: generational poverty, locked out homeownership, rising rents in Black cities, an education system that fails to prepare our children for economic mobility. Symbolic leadership does nothing if it doesn't move the numbers. Representation without results is just window dressing. This isn't just about reparations. It's about how power is used, or not used, to advance Black economic interests. It's about whether Black politicians are willing to take political risks to secure economic outcomes for their base. Because here's the reality. If they won't even commission a study, what makes you think they'll fight for land trusts, capital access, or tax relief for Black families? The failure to act isn't just about one bill. It's about a more profound fear that real economic justice would mean discomfort for the political donor class, and too many Black leaders still serve them first. So what do? First, we stop voting for faces. We start voting for the results. Second, we demand economic accountability from everyone, including those who share our background. And third, we stop mistaking representation for power. True power produces economic outcomes, not press releases and photo ops. Wes Moore may have vetoed a commission, but what he vetoed was progress. And now it's up to us to ensure we never confuse access with advancement again. If this message spoke to you, do us a favor. Like this video, drop a comment, and hit that share button. It's not about vanity, it's about visibility. Every click helps push this truth through the algorithm and amplifies the reach of independent Black media. So help us grow, help us speak louder, and help us stay free. This is the Black economy. Until next time, stay sharp, stay blessed. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and share it with others who need to hear the truth. And for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes access, join the Black Westchester Magazine YouTube membership club today. Your support helps us keep independent Black media strong. Support independent Black media with style. Rock Black Westchester merch and represent the news with the Black point of view. Every purchase helps us speak truth to power.
Thanks for watching The Black Economy with Damon K. Jones, powered by Black Westchester Magazine. Please like and share this important information. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not constitute financial advice. Always consult a licensed financial professional before making investment decisions. Stay informed, stay empowered, and keep building Black wealth.